Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see it's true, but the world is pretty cool.
Hello, welcome to Football Manager 20 Pentagon Challenges. This is Season 3, Episode 4. We're at the end of the season. When I last left you off, we were league champions. We had 2 more league games since then, and we won them both, which means that we finished the league as league champions. Take a quick look at the stats here. Harry Huda absolutely demolished the top goal scorer, finishing 11 above second place Myong for Sabah. He finished on 20 goals, which is massive. He also got the highest average rating, beating Anthony Golek, another Pahang player. The only other players to feature are Abdul Isha, my bad, who finished on the clean sheets, but he only finished 3rd on 8. Shahiri for Johor finished on 13. Quite a few of our players won quite a few different awards. I think you can imagine that Harry Huda won the majority of them, but Tajuddin did win Defender of the Year for the league. Putra won Striker of the Year, but this is for Malaysian players only, but he did manage to win that, scoring 7 goals all season. Best foreign player, of course, went to Harry Huda. Manager of the Year went to yours truly, man like Mash. We got an 81% win ratio this season. We went unbeaten, 881 manager points. We only conceded 14 goals all season, which is fantastic. Most popular player was Harry Huda. And for the team of the year, Pahang players filled out 10 out of the 11 spots. The only one that we didn't get was the centre-back, which went to Mario Sergio of Johor. Forgot their name for a second then. So once the season ended, we then kicked off the Malaysian Cup. We were in Group A with Johor, Kuala Lumpur and Penang. The first game was against Johor, which we only drew 0-0. We did well on the stats, but it didn't really matter. It finished 0-0. We then played Kuala Lumpur, who we managed to beat 3-0 in front of 518 people. We started things off nice and early against Kuala Lumpur in the 3rd minute. Sumra got on the ball after a clearance, ran all the way into their box. Didn't really have much to do, so he just chipped it in. Putra, first time volley, half volley. Didn't really matter because it was finished. If you look in the bottom left here, the stats were just unbelievable for us. We absolutely dominated this game. 29 shots to their 2. Putra scored the second here with again, another half volley. I didn't quite remember. And then in the 70th minute, Huda broke through on goal. You know what he's going to do once he gets there. He slots it into the bottom left corner. We followed up that 3-0 victory against Kuala Lumpur with another 3-0 victory, this time against Penang. All of the goals came in the first half in this game. Suma bagging 2 and Putra grabbing the 3rd. The first came in the 5th minute. Suma, a nice touchdown on his chest, fired into the bottom corner. Great finish there. We then had to wait until the 35th minute for the second goal. Whipped the ball in. Sumara on the volley, put it in the top right corner. It's a fantastic finish from the club's top appearance maker. And then Putra battling hard in the 41st minute, gets through on goal and just chips it over the keeper on his inside. It was a great finish. We then played Johor away from home, and again we drew 0-0 with them. Very frustrating that we can't seem to beat Johor. We only seem to draw against them, but didn't matter too much because we still made it through the group. We then played Kuala Lumpur for the second time and again beating them 3-0. Another game where all of our goals came within the first half and we just seemed to like scoring nice and early. We hit him on the front foot straight away. Rajak, because Huda was away on international duty, got a start and he showed me why we've got great strength in depth and probably why we're champions, because he finished that like Huda would do. And he showed again that maybe we need to consider playing him a little bit more, because he scored again in the 25th minute and it was finished on the 45th minute, a penalty from Putra. We finished off the group stages against Penang away from home where we lost 3-2. Started off with Rajak again in the 1st minute, broke through, just nobody coming anywhere near him. He gets to the edge of the box and fires it into the top right corner. Then in the 37th minute, Golek got sent off for a trip from behind. It was a second yellow card and that puts down to 10 men. Despite going down to 10 men, we did get a second just before half-time. Ball played over the top by Pavlenko and Rajak finished. It slowly started to go downhill. In the 53rd minute, it was a sort of bouncing around. Leong Will Jan pounced and finished to make it 3-1. I did mean to say 2-1 there, but it doesn't really matter whether it was 3-1 or 2-1 because Fadzil played it to Desir, who sort of passed it between each other before giving it outright to Williams, who whipped in a wonderful ball and it was finished from an angle that I really don't think we should be conceding from. And then in the 77th minute, the icing was put on the cake. It was played over. Abdullah, easy finish, 3-2. While I was definitely disappointed to lose despite being 2-0 up, even though we were down to 10 men, it's still frustrating to concede 3 goals in one half like that, especially when we're winning. I was kind of glad it happened because it meant that Johor did not get through to the quarterfinals. They missed out because Penang beat them on points. So that was, a silver lining, I guess, and it definitely meant that we were favourites for the cup now. Now that we were the favourites, we played Terengganu, who finished just above the relegation places. A brace from the man who is just... he can do everything. He came back from international duty, and in the 7th minute, he finished with a plum. He sent Rajak back to the stand and said, "Listen, son, this is how you do it." But straight away, they equalised. Just 2 minutes later, ball played through. Really, really simple stuff. It was a great strike. I think the keeper should do better, but perhaps he was caught off guard with the shot coming so early. And then in the 71st minute, you know who's going to provide. Ball played over the top. Huda, calm as you like, finishes in the near post, 2-1. That 2-1 victory was enough to send us through after an extra time equaliser, which sent us through to the semi-final. To kick things off in the 5th minute, Putra got the ball, played it to Huda. Huda took one touch of him, rounded the keeper. Keeper's diving at his feet, but he's not going to get anywhere near that ball. Huda finishes. And then in the 10th minute, a free kick, which was right at the keeper. He absolutely should have saved that. He's gone down way too early. It was 1-1. Then they scored right after half-time. Just a simple free kick. It was a good header. You can't complain too much at that one because we do have short centre-backs. I was getting a little bit nervous, but 15 minutes later, Putra played a ball back across to Huda. Huda finishes in the bottom left corner. Sorry, I expected him to go the bottom right, but he didn't. He likes doing things his own way. But then just a couple of minutes later, a poor header away from goal, like should have just left it to go out. Takeda capitalises. But then in the 100th minute, Pickering played a ball over the top. Putra got fouled, but Huda picked up the loose ball, didn't want a free kick, and he finished to send us through to this semi-final. The home leg was significantly more boring than the second leg. We'll get into that in a minute. Halim Ismail scored both the goals in this game. He isn't our player. It was an own goal in the 32nd minute, but he did manage to score in the correct goal this time, unfortunately for us, in the 65th minute. Great finish there. And then Kalantan, who finished one spot above Terengganu, really put us to the test, and it took until the 91st minute from Putra before we were able to seal the victory. This game really did have everything. In the 18th minute, Childig put it in the top right corner, fantastic free kick to make it 1-0, and then 10 minutes later they managed to make it 2-0, and I really did think we were going out at this point. Childig, again, the second goal, knows how to find a corner, fantastic finish. In the 31st minute, we gave ourselves a bit of a lifeline. Ball got played through. It was a good tackle, but Pavlenko picked it up and finished in the bottom right corner. That was when I knew at half-time I was really going to get into the lads, really get them fighting, and I think they must have heard me as well because it just descended into chaos. Ball whipped through. Huda gets his big head to it, leapt like a salmon. That was a good finish. But they almost immediately pegged us back again. Raj on the ball, chipped it through to Childer, who headed it down to Rossley, and Rossley just off volley, absolutely smashed it. Some great goals from their team in this game. But in the 61st minute, we again pulled another one back to make it within one. Back replayed it to Putra. Putra, keeper definitely should have saved that, but I didn't care too much. It gave us a lifeline. Pavlenko, in the 90th minute, was holding the ball in midfield. It got played over to Putra, and Putra, what is the keeper doing? He's had a nightmare. 90th minute winner. I was absolutely buzzing with that one. And that means that we are now through to the final against Perak, which is the game we'll be playing today. Before I get into that, I've made a lot of end of contract signings, so a lot of these players will be coming in December, January, so I'll go through them now. We signed a backup keeper, Mood Hafizul Hakim Karul Nizam, simply just because he's Malaysian, and I want to get rid of some of the other goalkeepers and just make sure we only have Malaysian backups and then one really good keeper. We then signed Kong Ho Won from Johor, a centre-back who has scored against us before. Looks like a fantastic player. I think he's going to go alongside Golek, and we're going to have a fantastic defence, which means we should be conceding even less than 14 next season. Faris Sayazwan Mohammed, again another backup, Malaysian. Just wanted to make sure that in those games where we're struggling for foreign player limits, we've still got good backup. It's all about strength and depth now. We've got the players that can win us the league. We just now need to make sure that we maintain that, and if players get injured, we're still a force to be reckoned with. Then the last defender we got in, a left back, Nazir Naeem Che Hashim. Just a standard player. I'm not expecting anything from him. Probably won't replace Tajuddin, but will be good for resting and potentially for Champions League games. On to the midfielders now. The first centre midfielder we signed was Mir Shamil Razmi Jazmi. Really good first touch, really good passing. I thought, you know, if Pickering or Pavlenko can't play because of a foreign limit, he's a great Malaysian lad to get in there. Then we have Mohid Yusri Mohammed Fazreed. Signed him both to play left wing and in central midfield. Again, just another backup player just in case we need him for fitness reasons. And then we signed Adi Ali, central midfielder, attacking midfielder / striker. Probably won't play him in the striking position. We'll definitely be playing him in the midfield centre. This guy really is just a last, you know, resort. If everyone else is gone, it's just the Malaysian players to make sure that we can still field a good team. And then the final Johor player, Amir Safiq Abdul Rahim, a striker who can play on the attacking right. I'm probably going to play him on the attacking right. Good finishing, good first touch, good acceleration, fantastic determination, good mentals. Just a really, you know, good, solid Malaysian player who I think is going to be great for us. Right before we get into the game, we'll have a look at Johor, who were in the Confederations Cup. They managed to get through the interzone. They managed to get through the Asian Southeast, I think, final, beating Tampines. Then we got through to the Confederation Cup interzone playoff semi-final, where they played Real Kashmir, probably. They managed to beat them, but then we came up against Melbourne City. Very, very tough opponent. They lost 3-0 on aggregate, drawing 0-0 with them at home. Means Melbourne are going through to the final. And the difference is, I think, if you lose in the interzone playoff final, you get something like 30k, and if you lose in the Confederations Cup final, the official final, you get like 600k. So Johor missing out on a big payday there. But enough of all that. Let's get into the good stuff. The team that is hopefully going to win me my first, you know, cup competition. I've won leagues, but I've never won a cup before. Good chance to do the double. We've got Isha in goal, Bujang at right back, Patti in goal, like in centre back, and Tajuddin, the defender of the year, in at left back. Pickering and Pavlenko. Pickering, by the way, has turned into a fantastic player. Look at him, 15 tackling, 15 stamina, great mentals. Really excited to keep this kid going. We've got Amin in the attacking right mid, Sumara in the attacking left, Harry Huda and Putra up top. Alright, here we go. Some lovely cinematics to really get us in the mood. And there's going to be a highlight straight away. We're going to do what we normally do and get an early goal. We are in black. Perak are in our usual yellow. Pavlenko picks the ball up in the midfield. Going to give it to Pickering. Pickering should play it outright to Bujang. He does. What can Bujang do? Plays it over the top. Huda's going to get fouled. That's got to be a penalty. And it is. Putra looked like he might have picked up the loose ball. But we're going to get a penalty in the 3rd minute. We like to score early. Settle the nerves. Come on, Huda. In front of 42,000 people, I believe. Oh, and he's done it. No nerves on this boy. Cool as you like. That is the 30th goal of the season. What an unbelievable season he's had. What an unbelievable signing he has been. Great penalty. It definitely looked like a penalty. It looked like he sort of got body checked, I guess, as he was running in there. Ooh, good start. Throw in the 14th minute. Picked up by Kumaran for Perek. Plays it into the middle to Nasamili. Plays it up top to Razio. Good tackle from Amin, but it goes nowhere. Perak still hold on to the ball. Zaino's managed to find himself a bit of space. Plays a fantastic ball out to the right, and he wins the header. And it's Kamal on the ball. Kamal's going to put in a good cross. What a fantastic block that was. Who was that? Get here, you. Patti. Life on the line kind of defending. There's going to be an immediate highlight. Can we score after that heroic defending? It would deserve it. Pickering plays it to Amin. Amin's going to take a shot, and it's hit off the post. Wow, that was an absolute rocket. Cannoned back off the post, and it was cleared out for a throw-in. 37th minute. Not much else has happened. Let's see if we can turn some of this possession into a goal. It's played up to Putra. Putra loses the header, but it doesn't matter because Sumara picks up the loose ball on the edge of the box. Got 2 men on him, but he still finds across to Hudu. There's a weird kind of scissor kick on his left foot. Not the angle you want to be doing that on. Half time, we are doing very well in the stats, but that's going to mean nothing if we don't win this game. 9 shots to their 2, none on target for them, and 63 possession for us. Definitely going to have to turn some of these chances into goals. Can we do that straight away after the break? Patti almost loses out up top, but managed to keep the ball. Huda gets a great head on it to Putra. Putra plays it out right to Amin. Amin on the edge of the box. Tries to put a crossing, but it's blocked, but Pickering picks it up and plays it out right to Bujang. Bujang with a good crossing. Sumara hits the crossbar with his header. It was quite a far way out for him to be scoring, so it was never realistic, but I wouldn't have cared if it went in. I don't care where he's shooting from if it goes in. Another chance straight away. We're really piling on the pressure. Half time, Team Talk has done something. Amin loses the ball in the box. Pickering with the ball. So many men up top. We've got to do something with this. Huda played it to Pavlenko. Sumara. Back to Pavlenko. Hits a shot. Get in. 2-0. Keeper looked like he had a good chance to save that, but it was a fierce strike. Probably wasn't ready for the speed and the pace from Pavlenko. Take another look at it. Pickering played it outright to Pavlenko. Huda on the ball, gave it back to Pavlenko, gave it to Sumeru, gave it back to Pavlenko. Must have been 6 or 7 passes in that goal, all in a tight space, and just fired it into the top left corner. We're looking really, really comfortable in this game. There's going to be another highlight in the 57th minute. A goal here would make things a little bit nerve-wracking, but a goal for us would just seal it. Amin plays it through to Putra. Putra takes a touch, tries to ride a tackle, but he can't, and Saad clears up top. Golek collects, plays it to Sumra. Pavlenko in the middle. Gives it to Pickering, who knocks it out left to Sumra. Sumra manages to get onto that ball, but he loses out, but collects it anyways. It's tackled again for a second time, but still keeps all the ball, puts in a fantastic cross. Keeper would read that nice and early, collected the ball. He's going to hoof that up long. Patty's not even bothered trying to head it. Golek commits and doesn't get anywhere near the ball. It's a good tackle from Bojang. He's tried cleared, but man, that was a mess. That really was a mess. First minute, Patty's on the ball in the box. Plays it back to Isha. Isha gives it to Golek. A little bit of pressure, but oh, Golek, what are you doing? That's a poor ball. Roman plays it out to Nesmil. Gives it to Mazin. To Kamal, gives it out right to Kumaran. On the edge of the box, can he get a cross in? Suma tries tackling, but he's getting nowhere near that. And somehow the striker's gotten through both Patty and Golek to get a shot away. Just going to try and hold on to this now, switch to a 4-4-2. We're just going to try and control possession, not give them any chances. Try and see out the game. Try and get a victory. Ooh, I can smell it. I believe we've done the double. 91st minute opportunity here. Can Perak get anything from this game? It's cleared by Golek, picked up by Putra. Let's finish this off. Nice. Putra has a shot. Oh, he hits the post. Almost came back out to him. Eugenio clears for a corner. That's definitely all she wrote. Looks like we are going to be Malaysian Cup champions. I believe this club have won it 4 or 5 times. I can't quite remember. Definitely won it before. It's not the first time we've done it. But it's the first time I've ever done it. Oh, and it's good to see. Champions. And it didn't skip. Get in. Let's enjoy this. Look at me with my slow clap. Ooh. Does feel good. Does feel good. Who's that? Who's that? I think that's Golek dancing around with the cup. Walking around the stadium in front of 42,000 people. Oh, lovely stuff. There we have it. Pahang celebrate a double. Pahang are celebrating a double after beating Perak 2-0 in the Malaysian Cup final. Where's it going to say how many times we've won it? Wait, did I say something nice about me? Mash lifted the Malaysian Super League with Pahang in July and can now add further success to a growing list of honours in an impressive managerial career. Lovely stuff. Received 27k for that. Lots of medals given out. Mash praised by Pahang supporters. Yeah, that's the 5th time we've won it, so we've won it 4 times before. Board are happy. Pavlenko's on form. People getting paid out. Lovely stuff. Let's take a quick... Oh, Harry Huda finished top goal scorer on 8 goals. So if he scored 20 in the league and 8 in this cup, he only scored 2 in the other cup. That's kind of surprising. Biggest overachievers were us. Pahang were being hailed as the outstanding team for not only reaching the final but also lifting the Malaysian Cup. I reckon that's probably because we were able to keep Johor out of it, because I would not have liked to have played them in the final. Let's have a look at the Hall of Fame, see how we're doing. Nationality, we're on 32 points, quite away from Stan Koulis. It's going to take a little while to catch him up. In our nation, though, we are 7th. We've made it into the Malaysian Hall of Fame. We've beaten out Michael Urakolo, M. Karafu, and Ron Smith, another Englishman. Who did you manage? You managed Sabah. So yeah, 27 points. I'd be very surprised if we overthrew Luciano Figueiredo, who is the current manager. We'll see. We'll see. Well, that's it from Season 3 at Pahang. Well, the first season at Pahang, but Season 3 for us as a manager. We'll see you again next season, but this time we'll be in the Champions League. It finally begins. I'm excited to get there, and I will see you then. Bye-bye.